What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. I just want to make a quick video tonight. I was supposed to have a new microphone. I do have a new microphone, but I do not have a port that fits this USB. My computer only has USB-C ports. My grandfather bought me a nice new microphone. Thank you, Grandpa. I love you. It's a nice microphone, and I can't wait to use it, but it's going to have to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to have to get the right cord to adapt it with, and that's just how it is with technology sometimes. You know, you gotta finagle it a little bit. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the charts here. I remember yesterday, we're looking at the 1 hour, I was it was like around here, right? Around here that I was saying we were going to go above this high. I was expecting us, I know I said 27,160 to 27,200, maybe 27,180. You know, and I think I even said we could go as high as 27,300, but I would be surprised if we broke 27,300. I would be really surprised if we broke this high. I didn't expect that at all, in fact. And if we look at this high here that we have currently, it was at 27,295. So pretty close to what I was expecting. It did go a little bit higher than I was looking for. I was more thinking it would go around here. But, you know, give or take $100, it's really, in an asset that's worth $27,000, that's small potatoes. My nose keeps itching. On the 1 hour RSI, we are very hot right now, very hot, very overbought, and no volume, no follow through as the price climbs higher. This is a very bearish looking top candle here. Very bad. It's all wick. It went up and sold at the very end. It's a very, very bad candle. It's a bad candle. I don't like it. It looks ugly. And on a 1 hour basis, there's really not a whole lot to go off of here. We could measure from top to bottom here. We rejected right off the 1886. I've been seeing this a lot lately. The 1886 keeps showing up. If we go, let's go to the daily real quick. I'll show you what I mean. You know, if we were to measure from this low here to this high up here, we bounced off, I guess we bounced off the 1414, but we found resistance on the 886. That's also something I've been noticing. Maybe it was this one here. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, we double bottomed off the 1886 twice. So I don't know. That's something to pay attention to. The 1886 is definitely something that price action is getting familiar with. As the days go on, we're getting high. Well, I guess, let's see. As the days go on, we're getting high. We got a high here, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower, 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 lower high. We're just getting lower highs. And I find it very entertaining because every time we pump, every time we come up to these highs, people are so dramatically bullish. And they all say the same thing. Everyone's bearish, so it's time to go. 37,000, 48,000. You know, everyone's talking about those kind of numbers that are like more than $10,000 away right now. And I just don't get it, man. There's no volume. There's no follow through at all. We're on the index. Let's go. You know, if we're gonna look at volume, let's go to Binance. Let's use the USDT. There's no volume, man. In fact, volume's just been abysmal since here. It's been dead. There's no interest up here. Nobody wants to buy up here. And I wonder why. I wonder why nobody wants to buy up here. Could it be because they want to buy down here? You know what I mean? Maybe price will have to pump up and get people feeling like they missed the boat to buy. That could happen too. But generally, in an uptrend, you like to see volume continue to build. You don't like to, when it falls off a cliff like this, and you're in an uptrend, and you're slowly making lower highs and lower lows. That's not a good thing. That's really, you know, losing areas of previous support. That's really not a good thing. And everybody is just getting all giddy every time we get these little pumps here. By the way, when I say little, I mean from a low point to a high point, 5.5%. It's a very small pump for Bitcoin, especially whenever, you know, in a day it can go from a low to a high of 10%, and it took 4 days to do this. You know, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin right now, guys. I'm really not. And if we go to the 15-minute time frame, I actually wanted to look at this because you've got you know, higher highs with wicks. You've got lower lows in volume, lower highs in the RSI. This is classic bearish divergence. I would expect that we would come back down at least to this purple line, and honestly, I don't think it's going to stop there. If we're looking at the daily, I'm going to pull up the ribbon real quick. We've crossed on the daily ribbon. We're finding it as resistance. A rejection here would just be the one of 4 rejections on the ribbon. As it continues to cross down, I do think that the next time we come down to 26,000, around there, 25,900, that we will drop. We will commence the real move that is the downside move, the dump. I think that's going to happen soon. If we're looking on the daily, we can also see that on the RSI here, we are really close to this 50 level. If the price closes around here, if not a little bit lower by the end of the day, and I would expect price to drop a little bit by the end of today, if the day closes just a little bit lower than this price, even like $500 lower than this price, it would look like we're bouncing, rejecting the 50 level. And when you reject the 50 level, I mean, the last time we rejected it right here, we had a 3% move in a day. That's really not that big, but this is the biggest candle that we've had on a daily perspective. I would say, really, since the beginning of May, so almost a month, you know. And if we reject this 50 level again, in my opinion, we might see a bigger candle than this. We're flirting with this 123. It's starting to slope down. Lower highs on lower highs. No volume to follow through. The only volume is coming to the downside. Not a good combination. I think that's all I got for you guys today. There's really not a whole lot going on. If I was long on Bitcoin, like in a trade, I would probably get out right now. This would be a good time to get out. We are on the 4-hour. We've got the RSI, the long-term RSI, the 123 RSI is below the 50. Price is above the 123 MA, and the MA is the purple line. Anytime you got price above the purple line, but you got the RSI below this 50 here, that's a great time to sell. Normally, not every time, but normally it is, and that's the kind of setup I look for. Pair that with every other bearish thing that's going on. We even have, I know I mentioned the bullish or the bearish divergence that we have on the 15-minute time frame. There is bearish divergence here, higher highs with lower highs. But if we're looking at the daily, we actually have hidden bearish divergence. You've got lower highs in price, higher highs in the RSI. That means that you're getting stronger readings, yet price action is showing weaker price. That's not a good thing. That's really not a good thing. You want stronger readings with stronger price. You want it to make sense, you know what I mean? Or weaker readings with stronger price, you know? But we're on the opposite of that. We have stronger readings. We're showing more strength and getting less out of it. So that just really means, it tells me that the bears are pushing hard to get this price down. It wouldn't surprise me if today, if we actually even came down and closed today red. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I wouldn't mind seeing it close around this level so that we get a real nice bounce off this 50 to the downside. But tomato, potato, it doesn't really matter. The end game is going to be a drop. I would expect, and I still am expecting, a 20% drop to happen in the next 2 weeks. Within the next 2 weeks, not in 2 weeks, but within the next 2 weeks. And a 22% or a 20% drop would put us around $22,000, a little bit below that. And I would expect that. I wonder if, it's not really an RSI to go off of. Let me see, or a fib to go off of. Puts us right at the 786. We've been respecting the 886. We might actually see more of like a 24% drop. If not, if we just go right through it all, I mean, I don't know. A lot can happen with the fact that we're crossing bearishly on the daily ribbon too. That's not a good look. A lot can happen really quick. I think we are winding up right now. We're at the end of this kind of price range, and when we break down, we are going to get moves like this that just happen very quickly. Maybe we find a bounce. Maybe it is a higher low and we go off to new highs, but I don't think so. I do think we're going to go lower. And that's the main point I want to address. Is it's the weekend right now. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be Monday. It's going to be the beginning of a new week, at least as far as trading goes, for like the traditional markets. We're confirming resistance on a previous area of support, and we're just making lower highs all the way down. I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. I really think that it's about to go. This RSI is about to go into oversold zone, and whenever you get that, you get bigger moves to the downside. I mean, you can go through and look at the oversold zone. Anytime we're in the oversold zone, we get big moves to the downside, big moves to the downside. You know, big moves to the downside. You know, the bigger candles always come from that oversold zone area. And we're about to do that. We're about to do that. And we're really close to this purple line. The purple line wants to cross down. The last time that that we were bullishly postured and it crossed down, you know, it went sideways. We did dump really hard, and then it went sideways again. We could see something like that, and then further dumping continues. But you know, we were in a downtrend there from December. I mean, all the way until you know, it started to turn up here, and that was, you know, in November of 2022. So December, it was literally like almost a year. That does not spell good things. If and when this price goes below and the MA crosses down, that is honestly more of a confirmation that a new bear trend is starting. Which, if you've been following any of my videos, you know that I do think we're in a bear trend right now. I do think that we're in an ABC correction pattern on the overall markets. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. ABC. You know, our A wave was down, our B wave was up, and our C wave is also going to be down. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if the C wave was just as long as the A wave. That's pretty traditional to expect. If we were at the same kind of angle to the downside, that would put us, you know, finding a low somewhere in March of next year. And I full-heartedly believe that can happen. I know a lot of people think the bottom's in because it's a year away from the halving, but I think this bear market's going to show that it doesn't matter if it's a year away. It doesn't matter if it's 4 months away. You know, we can still front run the halving 4 months away, just as we've done a year before. You know, it doesn't mean that we have to do it a year out every time. I don't know. I've had this prediction really since about here that this is going to be the longest bear market that we've ever seen, and only as time has gone on have I really gotten convinced that it's going to be really close to the halving that we're actually going to see the bottom come in. And maybe it doesn't happen like within a month of the halving. Maybe it happens, you know, maybe we bottom in November of this year, you know. But we would have to match this wavelength, wave A, this leg, you know, that if we're doing it shorter, longer means less of a drop to have an equal length. And traditionally, the wave C is always a little bit longer than wave A, if not at least as big as wave A. It's very unconventional to have wave C be shorter than wave A. Wave B is always the shortest wave. That's how you know you're in the right wave count. But if wave C was to be as long as wave A, but not happen, you know, not end in 2024, maybe sometime this year, I just don't see that happening. I don't see us going that low. So I do think it's going to be somewhere in the beginning of 2024, the first quarter of 2024, that we're going to bottom. That's a ways out. I wasn't planning on saying that. You know, I was trying to keep it more relevant to what's happening now. Speaking of what's happening now, before I end the video, we're dumping. We're dumping a little bit. We're not dumping a whole lot, but you know, we started the video about $20 higher. You can see an hour ago it was about $150 higher, $160 higher, 130, I guess, actually. And we're looking like we want to drop. Volume's coming in as we're going lower. There was no volume really on the way up. We had this little pump here with a little bit of volume, but again, that was just decreasing volume. That's not a good thing. I bet we do see volume come in as we go down. Anyways, I feel like I'm just saying the same stuff over and over again now. So with that, I'm going to leave you. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content. You want to stay up to date with all the things that I'm looking at. I know it's not conventional that to say things like we're still in a bear market, but I truly do believe that we are in a bear market. And it you know, this last pump had me a little bit convinced that we might not be, but after I found that zigzag pattern, man, after really looking at the way this last bull market ended and how this pump has reacted, all the volume that is not coming in, it's to me it's very clear that something, and beyond all that, the world economic conditions are trash compared to any other cycle we've had. I think it's beyond obvious that we're in a bear market still. It's going to be the longest bear market that crypto's ever experienced, and I'll probably say that every video until I'm proven right on that. So, or proven wrong. I could be proven wrong too. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I've been right before. I'll be right again. Anyways, C-Zar signing off. Have a good day. Thank you.